real good signal right there. Does it start all over again? That is a harmonica reed, a full reed that has been over. Mike found one over to my right there a while ago. But that's a nice find. It's kind of ironic that I missed one episode and then start back again. We'll see what we can do. Guys, and welcome to another episode of Digging with Seven. Just so you can keep up in today's video, there are 3 different sites that we hunt. We begin at a turn-of-the-century house that my buddy Mike Turner got permission on. A couple old chimney stacks there. And we do a little bit of hunting there and find a little bit of stuff. You can see Mike over there. He's in the blue shirt right over there digging. We're at a permission that he got. There is a chimney stack right there in front of him, and then there is another chimney stack right there, and the footprint of the house is all right there in the middle of that. Probably a cellar right there. I'm right out in front and got a shallow hole right there, and I found a little bit of stuff, some old clock parts and jar lids and what have you. This first coin, it's wheat. I can't get a date. I will, but we'll see what else is here. I think Mike has got what I've been hoping that one of us find on this old site. This is just the kind of site that you find these.
Very shallow too.
Oh, it is. You know, that's one of my favorite things to find, is those. I found 50 of them last year. I don't know, I'm in the 30s now. I like that. That's a good find. Mike found this piece and we didn't film it. But when we cleaned it up, we realized that it was a nameplate off of an old Swin bicycle. Here's what that nameplate would have looked like in its original condition. And then here is a collection of different Swin nameplates that I found on the internet. The Swin Bicycle Company was founded by a German-born mechanical engineer named Ignaz Swin in Chicago in 1895. It became the dominant manufacturer of American bicycles through most of the 20th century. Swin was born in Germany in 1860, immigrated to the United States in 1891. In 1895, with the financial backing of a fellow German by the name of Adolf Frederick William Arnold, a meat packer, he founded the Arnold, Swin and Company. Swin's new company coincided with a sudden bicycle craze in America. In fact, Chicago became the center of the American bicycle industry, with 30 factories turning out thousands of bicycles each day. Bicycle output in the United States grew to over 1 million units per year by the turn of the 20th century. In fact, at the turn of the century, there were 2 patent offices, one for bicycle innovations alone, and the other for everything else. This emblem that Mike found was from an early 1940s Swin Henderson model bicycle. The cloud of World War II was on the horizon at that time, and yet there were 1,800,000 Swin bicycles that were made in 1941. Swin's son Frank later explained the reason for that success. He said, at the beginning of World War II, Americans were fearful of the rationing of tires and fuel for their motor cars, and so they called for more and more bicycles. In fact, the Arnold Swin and Company made more bicycles that year than they had ever made up until that time. What an interesting find. We had high hopes for this right here. There's a chimney stack right there. It's mostly brick. all brick, I guess. And here's another one just like it. And you can see the footprint of the house. There's some stones there, stones right there, stones right there, and all around the outside. And Mike found a real nice find right here. Found an old stirrup, and then he found that suspender clip. It's two best finds here. What else did you find?
I found, the only thing else I found was found a harmonica reed, 44 nickel, and a 49 wheatie.
I got a wheat and harmonica reed. I think that's all I found. Slim pickings right here. But now that's the way it goes. This part of the video is a recap that I do at one of my Colonial sites. I use the GPX to see if I can find any signals that maybe those VLF machines, the AT Pro and the CTX 3030, might have missed. This was a deep target here, and I found a few of these on these Colonial sites. I'm hunting one of my old Colonial sites again with the GPX just to see if I can find anything I might have missed. But I got an audience this morning watching me. Now this is why I like the GPX. Don't you look how deep that hole is right there. And right out of that lower corner, I got a flat button. That was a screaming signal. I mean, there wasn't any doubt that this was a good target. Good high brass sound. Man. Out of that hole right there, I don't know if I would have found this one or not with one of the other machines. Possibly. It's a 40 caliber round ball. That could be Civil War. I found some Civil War stuff up here. That's a good find. I'm on Interstate 40 here at Nashville. This exit here is Opryland. Everybody's heard about Opryland. And you wonder, well, is it like this every day? Well, a little bit. It's a little bit crowded. But it is on Friday, August the 18th, and everybody's getting ready for Monday, which the total eclipse will be here at Nashville. And they're expecting 1.5 million people to come into Nashville, Tennessee. Looking forward here in a moment to meeting firsthand, eye to eye with Ron, with Big Dogs, and giving him the shovel. He won the contest that Jeff and I put on. So we'll see you there. There you guys are. Hey, this is Ron with Dig Dogs. Won the shovel. This is the first time that we've met eye to eye. We've talked before and everything. And we were talking about the whole situation. Of course, I go by 7, and there's 7 people for the drawing. And then I didn't even think about it, but the whole thing is around harmonica reeds, and this guy's last name is...
It's Reed.
It's Reed. It really is.
It was just meant to be.
It was just meant to be. This whole thing was. But so glad that we were able to... My daughter lives just past 109 right there. And so this was a perfect opportunity. I was already down here and everything. And I want to get this out. And they're extremely sharp. And they've got a... There's your piece of paper. Probably says it's sharp.
Probably. Be careful with sharp.
Yeah, be careful with sharp objects.
That is awesome.
It's a good shovel. It really is.
So I've never used one of these, but that's awesome. I've heard very good things about them.
It will really cut good.
No, that's awesome. I'm very happy.
Well,
thank you very much, and thanks for coming out. I'm glad to meet you.
Yeah, I am too, and appreciate you being in on the contest and We watch you guys all the time. We do the same kind of hunting, you know.
Yeah.
It's a treat to get to meet you, and hopefully we'll get together and hunt sometime.
That would be awesome, man.
That's great. That's
Good
great.
deal.
Ron with Big Dogs.
Big dog.
See you guys. This part of the video is at one of my picket posts, very close to the Civil War camp. I've hunted this for 2 or 3 years with the AT Pro and mainly with the CTX 3030. Found a number of bullets there, but let's see what we can find with this GPX. I'm on my picket post here. Found bullets all over this field, a few, and GPX pulled a 36 caliber round ball out of that hole right there. Those are hard to find with the VLF machines, but this is a screaming signal right here once again. I love this machine. Up here on my picket post today, and I've got a little pistol bullet. I've never found one exactly like this. I found a lot of 44s right in here. I believe that is a 36. Maybe smaller than that. I'll have to mic it when I get home. That's a great find. I got another deep fired bullet out of that. I believe that's a Colt 44. She's been fired in the conflict of the American Civil War, North against South. I got one here I want you to listen to. Pretty deep hole right there, and these are hard to find when they are that deep with a VLF machine. Little buck ball, 31 caliber, but I tell you what, it sounded good on that GPX. I take it. Probably 6 inches deep on that one there, and it is fired round ball. Looks to be a 36 to me. I'll take that. Another fairly deep hole right here. And I'll have to mic this one, because I don't know. I think that may be a 44 pistol ball. They had those on the Colts. Maybe a 36. I don't think so. I think that's 44. That's a good find. I got a plastic bag over my coil. Those are not waterproof. I don't know if this wet grass hurts it or not, but at DIV, I've seen them do that. And I've got a really deep hole right here. You can see. And I've got a 44 that's been fired, but you can tell that critters have eat on that a little bit. They do that. I guess they think they've found a nut. To their disappointment. One more bullet. I believe I've got one in situ right here in the clod. I think it's a bullet. And it is. It's a fired 44 Colt. Right up the hill, really, from where I found the last one. That's a good find. I know that the Confederate soldiers came from that direction right there. They would have came over that hill, and directly behind me, and I'm not going to show you, but over that hill right there, probably maybe 3/4 of a mile. A mile is the camp, and all of this right here is picket post. Not necessarily that, but and I don't want to go too far that I show you too much, but this is all picket post right here. And I've got another deep hole there, and I've got another fired bullet, but that's not a 44. I don't know on that bullet. I'm going to have to do a little bit of checking on that, but it is fired, and I do believe it's period, so that's a good find. Well, I think I've proven one thing. That hole there's fairly deep, and all I'm finding is, here's a round ball. All I'm finding is 44s, round balls. Maybe those VLF machines have found all the big bullets. I don't know. I don't know if that's I think it's a 36. Pretty sure it is. But I'll take it.